Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have Tiny Hats again on my channel, and say hello.
Hello.
This week Nintendo Switch is coming out with Skyrim, Nintendo Switch edition, and I know a lot of people will enjoy and experience Skyrim for their very first time on this console. The Switch is my favorite console, right next to the 3DS, and Skyrim is one of my top favorite games of all time, and wouldn't you say the same?
Who?
You?
Yes, I would.
Will you ever get the Switch?
I don't play consoles, I only play on the PC. PC gamer. PC master race.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I said that in the other video too.
But Skyrim is pretty deep inside of your heart and your soul.
Inside my heart and soul.
And so we are gonna help out everyone that is new to this world, Skyrim, the land of Skyrim. We will give you some starter tips and tricks for this game. My first tips for playing this game for your very first time is to actually create a character that you like based on looks, because the starter stats that you get depending on which race you choose don't really matter in the big picture. You can do whichever playstyle you want, so choose the race and looks that you want from the start, and that is my first tip.
Obviously there's some benefit to having a class that's like adapted to play, like if you're going to play a mage, there are some races that gives a substantial benefit.
Not really a big benefit.
Like the one with the magic increase.
In the start of the game you get to choose which faction to join. This one I was really confused about when I started playing Skyrim for my first time. I actually just went with a random guy. In the start you get to choose between, what were the names? Randolph?
Rayloff and Hadvar.
So there are two factions that are in war in Skyrim, and I don't...
Stormcloaks and the Imperials.
Yeah, just listen to what both of them have to say, I would say.
It doesn't really matter either, because if you go, like, whichever one you go with, you don't have to stay with that one. Like, if you go with the Stormcloaks, you can still join the Imperial.
Yeah, okay.
So it doesn't really matter,
Of
it's just
course.
kind of like, if you're into, like, trying to, like, roleplay or whatever, if you want to play it, so, like, I'm gonna support the Empire, if you go with the Stormcloak guy, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really
because
make a difference.
you really sign up with a faction either in Windhelm or in Solitude. So you get that choice later on, so don't worry about that. So the pro tip here is don't worry about the war shit in the beginning.
I've only finished that questline once in my entire life.
Me too.
Which one did you go with?
The Empire.
Same.
Yeah.
Pro tip. The only thing that I'm like thinking about is that like when you start playing, like the way that the level system works with like the star signs, you get to choose which skills you go with. You go with the skills that you think you want to play or whatever. And like what I did the first time I played Skyrim was that every time I leveled up I used like my skill point, like I put it into something. Like I'd be like, I'm using a one-handed weapon now, so I'm going to put it into into one-handed weaponness. But like that I found out was a really big mistake later, because like you don't need to use the perk as soon as you get it. You can like save it, and then like, because you're like, I don't really need to put a perk into anything right now, and then you save it until you see properly what you're actually using, because you might change your mind, especially if it's your first time playing. You probably will change your mind.
Yeah, so save your perks.
Yeah, so like save your perks if you're not like really sure that right now I need more armor skill or like sword skill or whatever, because there's no rush to use them. You can just save them up for a while and then decide later what you want to do.
There are light armor and heavy armor, basically. Well, there are robes if you want to go full roby, you know. But I would say the benefit of light armor is that you get a decent defense, but obviously heavy armor gives you more defense. But with light armor you can run longer, and your stamina doesn't deplete as fast.
And it's not as heavy, so your inventory, your carry weight and stuff doesn't go...
Yeah, and it's not as heavy, so I would say go light armor. I always go light armor.
Same.
But yeah, I would say that because the first time you're playing Skyrim, you will be really annoyed with the carry weight system. You want to loot everything so that you can sell it off, but often you do so much shit that you have a full inventory really quickly. When your inventory is full, obviously you have to throw out something, and that is annoying, very annoying after a while. That is the main thing that I have to complain about in Skyrim. It's the carry weight system. You can't carry much in the beginning of the game. You have to do some enchanting later on to increase your carry weight on boots.
Unless you take, like, because that's another thing that people ask that a lot. Like, when you start playing Skyrim, every time you level up, you get to increase either your health or your magicka or your stamina.
Yeah, that.
And a lot of people, like, ask, what should I increase first? Like, what's the, like, not what's the difference between, it's fairly obvious what the difference is, but what's more beneficial to, like, you know, increase first? And if you increase your stamina, your carry weight goes up by, like, 5 or 10. It's, like, very little.
I focus always on my characters, and I've played Skyrim a lot of times. I am not into magic with most of my characters, so that is why I choose health and stamina equally as much.
Yeah, I do that too. I go every other level I go health, stamina.
Health, stamina, yeah.
Very early in the beginning though, because I tend to kind of under level. I do like alchemy and stuff, and then I go up way too high in level. I go health quite a lot because my weapons and my armor will be shit, and the mobs will level up, and I'll have no health. So I do like health to like 200 or something, or 250, and then I go over to stamina, and then I just have to fucking deal with not being able to carry things.
I actually have a starter tip for those who have played Skyrim a lot and choose to pick this up on the Nintendo Switch to have another go. You can do alternate playstyles, and what I did once was straight after you have done the beginning sequence and you are free to go wherever you want, I actually chose to go to Falkreath and start there by doing side quests and kind of getting used to that area, so that I got an alternate kind of start with the game, if that makes sense. Actually, you can take the wagon, the carry wagon, what the hell?
The carriage.
The carriage. The carriage. When you get to Whiterun pretty early on, you can take the carriage to any of the major cities, so you can start fresh and do something that you haven't done before and be low level at another zone than the usual zone where you do all the quests anyway and the start of a new character. So yeah, alternate playstyles and just be creative.
I have a problem. Can I tell a story?
Yeah.
I have a problem with Falkreath because, like, the first time I played Skyrim on the computer, I played it like lots and lots on the PS3. But then the first time I played it on the computer, like when I got so far into the quest, that like, the main quest, so that they started spawning dragons every time. Oh, not every time, but a lot of the time when you went to a town. You know the Daedric quest that starts in Falkreath with the
dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah.
Barabbas and the guy, the Clavicus Vile? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wow.
When you get the starting quest, like the guard is like, have you seen a dog out there? Blah blah blah. Go speak to the blacksmith, Lod. And I never went to speak to him. I was just kind of like, I'll fucking do that later. And then,
I know where this is going.
Yeah, and then a dragon. I went back at some other point, and the dragon attacked Falkreath, and Lod died in that dragon attack.
Oh.
And then I had that thing in my quest log, speak to Lod, and then he was fucking dead, and I was just like,
yeah, that is the thing.
I was just
when an NPC die, he or she is gone. Is dead for the rest of the save. The proest tip of all tips that are pros is to save often, and if you see a dragon in the fucking city, just reload a save and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Just get out of there.
Unless it's a night when there aren't any NPCs, because the guards obviously can die all they want, but if the NPCs die, like the people, the blacksmith or whatever, because at night the blacksmith is inside obviously, sleeping.
Yeah. But the NPCs cannot be trusted with their own lives, so no, do not approach a city if you see a dragon nearby. They will kill citizens and they will never come back, and that sucks. Because, like she said, you can't complete certain side quests that require that certain NPC.
Yeah. Is the Dragonborn and what's the other one called? Dragonborn and the vampire one. Not Hearthstone. Fire. Something else. Hallå?
Här ska vi liksom vara de bästa här. Dragonborn Dawnguard. We're trying to give you pro tips and we don't even fucking know what we're talking about.
Well, if Dawnguard is coming out for that, is it coming out for the Switch?
Yeah, everything. All the DLC will be out for the Switch.
It's the vampire attacks too, they're also a problem, and they're much more sneaky. At least the dragon, you're kind of like, okay, there's a fucking dragon coming, you can kind of like, you notice. But like sometimes you're all on your way into the town, and then it's suddenly like the guards are like, what the fuck is that? And then like the vampires, and then they come from like all directions, and like the fucking...
No, they killed off half of Whiterun for me at some point in one of my saves. And I remember my really, really very first save. My first save with Skyrim. I didn't know what I did most of the time. I didn't know shit. So actually later in that particular save, there were no citizens left in Whiterun. I was all alone. The entire Whiterun was actually killed by dragons and vampires and shit. When I started a new save, I was like walking through Whiterun and is it supposed to be this much people here? And wow, so many citizens, where did they come from? So that was when I realized how important this is, that you do not allow anyone to die. Especially in the starting place with the windmill, with the watermill, with the
first one, Riverwood?
Riverwood, yeah.
Riverwood.
Riverwood. So when you're in Riverwood, and this happened on this particular special edition, well, it's the same thing that is coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's the same game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch, and what happened was there is a dragon pretty early on. Well, I went back to Riverwood to sell off my stuff, and that is another tip. Go to Riverwood. The Riverwood trader man, he has a lot of inventory cash. He has a lot of cash, basically.
He has a lot of money,
yeah. So that is a good place to sell off your shit. And a dragon appeared there, and people died, so I had to reload an earlier save. And
I have this really good fast travel route when I sell things. If I'm carrying too much to cover it from one vendor, if you start in Whiterun when it's morning, like as soon as the shop's open, if you fast travel to Falkreath and sell there, and then you can also go by Riverwood, you might make it, but if you go straight to Falkreath and then you sell it there, if you then go straight up to Solitude, it'll be, you travel because of the fast travel time, by the time you're in Solitude it's morning again. And then you don't have to get to a city and then wait for 6 hours before you can sell stuff.
So you found out this?
Yeah, just plan your route with the fast travel, and then you can make it so that you always arrive when it's daytime.
Yeah, so a lot of times you want to sell off all the shit that is carrying your carry weight.
Yeah. Carrying your carry weight.
What? Yeah, and this is a kind of glitch. I have a glitch, and the glitch worked in this version, so I guess it is also in the Nintendo Switch version. And that is the Riverwood trader man. If you sell off all your things and he is out of cash, hit him once. I mean, first quick save, or save regularly. Or was it quick save? I don't remember.
It doesn't matter which.
Well, anyway, sell off your things, hit him once, so he gets angry, reload your save, and bam, he's full of cash again.
Oh, you do quick save after you sell your stuff? You
Yeah.
sell your stuff, then save, and then hit him and reload the quick save?
So that is what I do, actually.
I didn't know that.
And no, I didn't know
You
that.
sure they haven't fixed that, though?
I stumbled upon it on the internet, as you do. No, it wasn't fixed in this, and this is the ultimate version of the game, and they let that stay in there. They haven't patched that. You can just check it out on the Nintendo Switch. I am sure I will get it on my Nintendo Switch, because you get the Link costume, the Master Sword, and the Hylian shield, and stuff like that. But I don't know if they're good, but it's cool. If I'm rebuying this game for my 5th fucking time, it will be because I simply love this game. And another thing, this book I really recommend. It's not really expensive, and it is on eBay, and it's good. It's good, and you can make notes, and you can check
the like a checklist.
Yeah, it's checklists all over the place, so you can check out. You can check the quests that you have done. But really, I don't know. Nu ser jag nettopp at folk skal jukse med boka, men do we have other pro tips? Yeah, I would say level sneaking and archery no matter what you do. No matter if you are a magician, wanna be a mage or whatever, or if you're a magician, and or if you want to be like a tank brute person, or like a sneaky bitch person. Just always, with anything you choose, I would say, sneaking and archery is good no matter what. Because you will need sneaking at some points in some of the bigger quest lines. I mean, it would be really much easier for you if you had a decent sneak level at that point.
And there are quite a lot of quests
with the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, but there are quite a lot of quests even for the factions, not just the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood. There are some random quests that you find that are much easier if you can sneak past whatever you're going to. For the what are they called, the companions and stuff. There are some quests where it's I wish I could sneak right now.
Yeah, and archery, I found that to be really useful even on my mage characters. for sniping people that are far off in the distance. I have another kind of, it's not game breaking or a glitch per se, but it is something that you can choose to do. If you're really annoyed with the dragons and shit in the world, you can talk with the Jarl of Whiterun when the main quest gets you there, it's pretty early, and then he says, oh, go out in the field and check out this dragon by the tower. If you choose not to go over there and just go on with your life and play the game for 200 hours, the entire world will be dragon free. And that is something I did with the Xbox 360 version.
Yeah, because
I had
they
a
don't
dragon
start.
free.
Yeah, they don't start spawning until you get Dragon Rising. Because like some people don't want to start with the main quest, like do the main quest the very first thing. Some people want to like faff about for a while and do what they want. If you go so far that you kill that first dragon at the Western Watchtower, they start spawning everywhere.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of avoid it if you want to do other things for a while.
You can choose pretty early if you want a dragon-free world for a while until you get used to shit. Considering that citizens die, you could do that. Wait with the dragon stuff until you're prepared for that. I don't know about the vampires, they will probably spawn pretty early on.
No, you get to a certain level because you have to be a certain level to start Dawnguard. You get to a certain level.
30, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, and no, it's not that high. Jesus. It's lower than that. I think it's much lower.
15.
I think it's much lower. At some point, you get the cultists. They come and find you. They're like, "Fucking Marok's gonna fuck you up, bitch."
Yeah.
And then you get they attack you, and then they kill you, and then no wait, I'm talking about fucking Dragonborn now. What am I talking about?
I'm like, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we have to go
No
back.
matter what you
We have to
say.
go back. We have to go back. No, you
I
get.
trust you, so
you
yeah.
you get approached by the guy who says they're like, I hear they're reforming the Dawnguard, blah blah blah, etc. etc. And then at that point they start spawning. Once you start hearing about the Dawnguard, that's when the vampires start spawning.
Okay. Another tip that I have seen a lot online is join the Thieves Guild early on to get some quick cash in the beginning of the game.
Okay.
Okay. Easy
some
money.
people aren't into stealing
Well,
stuff.
there's this thing with leveling up with the bitches, with the the way the trainers on,
Yeah.
When you have leveled up and you get the melody, ka-doom, you can open the menu and then it says level up on the arrow that goes straight upwards. If you go into that screen and enter your skill point, when you have done that, you can then go to a trainer and level up 5 times within that level. So what you can do is actually not do the arrow up until you have been to a trainer and got your full worth of 5 training skills that you can get from a... Does this make sense? Yeah?
If you have the gold to train.
Yeah, if you have plenty of gold, that is pretty cool. So then you train up and then you go to the menu, hit up, level up, blum blum, and then you can train again at the trainer 5 more levels for that skill. Wow, that was really...
That was a cool story. Do you want to tell it again?
That was something. Oh my god. How much have you played Skyrim?
Too much.
Squish. I was holding my hand here so it was like Skyrim!
Way too much for my own good.
My first save I have 200 hours. My second save probably 70. This save is maybe just 100. That is not much considering it's Skyrim and all. But my save on my Xbox 360 and my newest Steam save, the character that I called Neptunia of Dawnstar, she is 150, I think.
Dawnstar?
Yeah!
Why?
Because I was role-playing that she was from
It
Dawnstar.
was such a crap place.
Yeah, but people are often from crap places.
Yeah.
It is good stuff. So yeah. Do you have any other tips? Sell stuff. Play the way you want. You can wait with the dragons. Make sure that nobody dies that are not supposed to die.
If you want a bigger challenge, a mage is probably the most difficult thing to play.
Mage's Guild.
Yeah, but like a mage character, like
yeah.
if you use destruction and illusion and fucking spells and shit.
I wouldn't recommend that for beginners.
I wouldn't either, to be honest. But if you want, if you played games before, I mean, it's not that you can figure it out. It's just it's much less forgiving.
Oh, we should talk about shouting and all the walls and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So this is something that I didn't figure out in my first playthrough with this game. I didn't know what the hell shouts did mostly, and when you kill a dragon, your character absorbs. You absorb.
Personally.
Yeah, in your living room you
Just out
absorb
of your TV.
a dragon soul, and with these dragon souls you can actually purchase kind of these shouts that you have found with walls throughout the game.
Well, you can find them anyway, but like it's only really because obviously if you don't spawn the dragons, if you don't kill the dragon at the western, well, like we said before, then obviously you don't have any dragon souls, you can't do it.
Yeah, look into that. That is my tip with that. You don't really need to know about the shouting business. I didn't with my first playthrough, but it's fun. Yeah? You can do stuff with them, and you use Detect Life a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Detect Life. Which other shouts are worth mentioning?
The storm shout is quite fun. The one that like the one that does damage, like you started lightning storm from the sky. I like that one. It's pretty fun. It's not the most useful. And Wold also, the one when you go forward.
Another tip is that when you get too many quests, what do you do when you have too many quests?
I just get stuck on like finishing because like everywhere you go, especially when you start a new save, you get a lot of miscellaneous objectives. Like you talk to someone and they're like, "Can you bring this note to my cousin over there in fucking town?" Blah blah. You get a lot of those. Yeah. And I tend to like try to clear those out, but then everywhere like that guy's like, "Go here and deliver this note," and then you go there and deliver the note, and then you talk to some more people and they're like, "Can you go here and deliver that sword?" And then it never ends. I always try to clear them out. I'm like, now I'm gonna fucking clear.
They never do anything on their fucking own.
No, useless people.
They want you to be their fucking slave. Yeah, I clear out the Misks one. And when I start a really big, like real quest line, I try my best, but it never works, to do that quest line complete and try and wholly focus on that quest line.
Yeah, I try to finish, like, you join a guild, like you join the Thieves Guild, and then that obviously is a long quest, or the Dark Brotherhood, or like the Companions, or the main quest. They're all long quest lines, but then you get like smaller quest lines, like for example, the
Daedric ones,
yeah,
the White
like,
File.
Yeah, or the Gildegleen,
yeah, that one.
And White Run and stuff. The ones that are just like a tiny, like a couple of steps and then you finish it. Yeah. I always try to do the small ones first before I start like doing the Thieves Guild or like whatever.
Oh, me too. I try. But anyways.
There's so many quests though.
In most of my saves, the quest log gets like to 100, feels like. And that is really confusing, especially if you have laid down the game for a few months and then pick it up again and you don't
You're just like, what was I doing?
What the hell was I doing here? And I don't remember shit. So yeah, try and minimize the amount of quests that you have and try and complete them as you go, I would say. But you can really play how the hell you want in Skyrim. That is actually one of the things that I love about Skyrim, is that you get so much choice as a player. Such freedom, I would say.
And there's so many things outside of the quest that you can do too, like just random ruins and caves and stuff. I always do that. I had one save once where I tried to never fast travel. And that was fun.
I've heard about those.
Yeah, I just walk everywhere. It took so long. It just never got anything done.
Nice.
But it's fun though. And then like I'd go to every cave and stuff and like ruin and whatever that I passed.
Yeah, that is actually one of my last pro tips. After you've been playing Skyrim, you tend to often just go for the quickest route to complete all quests and stuff like that. So you fast travel a lot. My biggest tip, and I discovered this a lot when I was playing this one, is that sometimes you should just skip the fucking fast traveling, so that you can enjoy the world more, view the scenery, check out small hidden Easter eggs or things that you find throughout the world.
Or places you wouldn't normally go to.
Places, yeah, a lot of places in the map are not even on the map, if you know what I mean. They are hidden locations.
Yeah, you have to discover them before you find them.
Yeah. Often they don't have a name on the map, so it's like this tent.
The dog Miko's hut.
The mountains, the waterfalls, the lakes. Enjoy the scenery. Just have a fucking walk in the nature.
Yeah. Quite early in the game you're forced to walk quite a lot. Like you come out of the cave and then you have to go to Riverwood.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, and then you're forced to go to Whiterun and then you're forced to go to Iverstead and talk to the dudes at the top of the mountain and stuff. You have to walk all the way there.
Yeah,
you can't fast
that is a good thing. Because the world
Unless
is so
you play the game
big.
like 10 times, you've walked that route so many times, you're just like, oh, this again.
Well, I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I know, for new people, yeah.
That was our starter tips for playing Skyrim, specifically on the Nintendo Switch, but also tips for any version of Skyrim. I hope you found some of these tips to be useful. Okay, anyway.
I don't know how you professionally
Ska vi göra den här
eller? Få den. Nej!
Yeah. So anyways guys, we will see you later. Bye! Thank you for being on my show! Love you so much.
Gud, foten och somna.